Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Carol and Topol Talk. And today I am really lucky to have Jonathan McClendon with us. And he is got lots of big news on coming up and already out for us all to hear. So, Jonathan, you want to tell us what's just been happening with you?
Oh man, this week has been crazy. I have to tell you what. Yeah, I just released my debut single, "All I Need." I think it's doing really, really well. It's being well received. I think it was also definitely not what people were expecting from me. Um,
Okay.
the track itself has a lot of different influences from a lot of different places. I still consider it country because of the way that I write and, the guitar pieces being played by me and stuff like that. But it definitely has some hip hop and some pop vibes in it.
Well, I have to say, I listened to it. I love it.
Oh, awesome.
And, first of all, people may not know, especially a lot of your fans from your acting, especially on Days of Our Lives, that you are an outstanding singer.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's something that I'm just now really buckling down and doing. I've always been a singer, but it was always something that I did in conjunction with my acting. It was something that
Okay.
I could do in a part. But over the past, I want to say 3 or 4 years, I've really learned my programs. I don't know if you know this, but the whole composition was composed and played by myself.
Oh
And I
wow.
recorded
No, I was not
in
fully
my
aware
home.
of that. Okay.
Yeah, and so I've really buckled down into the programs and music theory, and over the past 3 years, and just it's become a big part of where I want to be in 5 years. I want music to be a big part of my life.
Now, this is your first released single. Am I correct?
Yes, it is the first. I mean, if we want to get really, really technical, there was a song that I released a long time ago with friends of mine in Texas called "Reminiscing."
Okay.
Um, but that's getting really technical. I sang a hook on it, and my friend in Texas, he rapped on it. But I think that was maybe ninth or 10th grade that we did that.
So
That
that
was a
was a
long
few
time.
years back. That was a few years
Yeah.
back. I mean, you're young,
So,
but you're a grown up now.
yes, I'm trying to be. Doing my best.
That's okay. I'm still trying to be too on my spare time. Um, but
I'll
now
learn everything.
now let's talk about the current thing. All I need
Hmm.
um, is out there. First of all, before we go any further, where can we find it? Because I know you're gonna have a lot of people saying, "Okay, show me, tell me."
Tell me, where can I listen to it? All right, well, man, the short answer is you can just about listen to it anywhere. We got iTunes, we got Apple Music, we got Spotify, Pandora, Deezer, Tidal,
Wow. Okay, great. So you're
Google
at,
Play.
and so all we need to do is in the search engine type in either your name or the name of the song.
Yes, I think the easiest way for you to find it would be to type in my name. Um, I've noticed that "All I Need" is a pretty popular song title, so
Yeah. It,
that has been done before. So the best way to do it would be to search my name, Jonatho.
O-N.
Yeah.
Right, right.
You'd be surprised how many credits I've got on little projects where they did the A in.
Real. I'm surprised they
Yeah.
didn't pay attention. They didn't pay
Shame
attention.
on them. They know who they are.
Now, just as a little brief, I know that people will want to know: are you doing anything with your acting right now, or are you keeping that on hold while the music is happening?
Nothing is ever on a hold with me. I am
Oh, okay.
always always working towards those things, and acting is still a very big part of my career and where I want to be.
Okay.
Um, there's been a lot of changes in the business in Los Angeles over the past 2 or 3 months, really.
Hmm.
A lot of things are done digitally now. It's a digital age, and most auditions are taped at this point. So, I'm adapting because I am used to shaking someone's hand, looking them in the eyes, chewing the fat, cracking jokes, and then we get down to business, and I do my work, and then we chew the fat some more. And the whole working the room, chewing the fat, getting to talk to the person, and meet them on a personal level has kind of been cut out of it. They want you to submit electronically and just the same.
So that personal connection is not there at this moment.
I mean, there are a select few of casting directors, and thank God for them that they're still doing in-person auditions, but a lot of them aren't anymore. So that's really slowing things down for just about everybody out here.
Well, just going forward, for the record, I've said it to you before, so you know how I feel. I thought your performance on Days of Our Lives was outstanding, and you had a very difficult role that I thought you handled in a really, really excellent way. You made your person believable. That character was believable in that role.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, it was tough, and I won't say that I did it perfect. I made some mistakes along the way, but I did enjoy it, and man, it was tough. It was really, really tough. It's hard not to bring back those feelings with you when you go home.
I'm quite sure it was tough to watch because you did it well, and it left us all sort of shaken, riveted, but in a very positive way in terms of your ability to demonstrate this character to us.
Well, I'm glad that came across.
It absolutely did. Now, back on to happier things. You shared with me, so I'm going to just dump this out in the world, sorry, that you have more stuff coming for us soon.
Oh, yeah, and it's coming quick. I think as like a plan, I probably should have spaced things out a little bit more. But the thing is, I'm just way too darn excited to release more music.
That's great.
So the album has kind of been postponed as an album, but it's coming. I want to say late December.
That's not very far away.
That's not very far away. That's pretty close.
Yes.
But I'm going to be releasing 3 more singles on the way. Yeah.
3 more singles before December?
3 more before December, hopefully. That's the plan.
And you're doing this on your own. I mean, I assume you have some people helping you out, I think. Maybe, no?
I have some friends that, like, I will go to sometimes and be like, hey, like, I cannot come up with, like, a rhyme. Here's what I'm trying to say. And, I'll get help that way. But every sound, every click, every kick, every strum, everything that you hear, I did myself.
Wow. Well, I am very impressed by that because I know what it used to be. I go back quite a ways. I go back to when albums were not first out, but when albums were the thing you bought, not now when they call them vinyls.
I still love vinyls. Vinyls, they're the bomb. I'm hoping to maybe have a couple printed.
That would be really neat. But even just to have your whole releases all together, I think your fans would be really excited about that. But when can we expect the next one?
The next one is scheduled for the 20th of this month.
Wow, October, so this is coming 20th. Up really soon.
Yep. 20 days. I think exactly 20 days. Today's the 1st, right?
Well, it's the 2nd, but we're okay.
Okay.
We'll give you a little leeway. It's still early in your coast.
I still passed.
Now, you said the first one, as we know, is kind of a mix of genres almost.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Will the next release be like that?
It will be. Not that I think some people will pick up on it, some people won't. Sometimes I don't want the song to be dissected, sometimes I do, but it's definitely different than the first one. Because I've always liked all genres of music. I love country, I love hip hop, I love the occasional, rapping. I love Ed Sheeran, so all my music is going to be kind of eclectic. But this next one is leaning very heavily towards alternative rock.
Okay. Yes. Now you got my attention for sure.
Good. I'm glad. I'm trying to grab attentions. So it's going to sound a lot less produced than the first one, in the sense that it's going to sound like there's a band on a stage playing with me singing.
Very nice.
But it's all done digitally that I put together.
Okay.
It's going to sound like a rock band.
That would be great. And it'll all still be digitally put together, though. It's just you play, but you will be playing. Now, do you play your guitar on all your tracks?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. Do you play any other instruments, though?
Um, I mean, that's a really hard question nowadays. I play the piano, not
Okay.
extremely well in the sense that like I can just like sight read and play the piano, but I do have a pretty good understanding of music theory, so I can like riff and stuff on the piano. And production nowadays, because everything is kind of digital, you can pretty much play as long as you have like a
Right.
digital instrument. You can play those instruments if you can play the piano, because you play them on like the
I see what
keyboard
you're saying. Yeah,
and it
yeah.
plays the thing. So I play the guitar and I play the piano, and I'm pretty good at like beatboxing and tapping drums and stuff like that. So, but I guess technically I only can do two.
Okay. Now, if you were to be asked of all the influences, what was your biggest music influence? Who and or what? Because sometimes it's a what. Was it an album or was it a particular artist that really has impacted you?
I think this is a larger question than
Okay.
than the way most people would answer it. I think it all started when I was growing up in Texas. I woke up every single day to go to school, and my dad was downstairs playing the guitar. And he was playing Eagles. He was playing country. He was playing like, oh man, Randy Travis. And I grew up with music in the house, like on a day-to-day basis. And I think when I was younger, I didn't really like appreciate it in the sense that like, oh wow, this is such a fantastic way to wake up. But looking back, it definitely influenced me because I wanted to play the guitar because my dad played the guitar. And they put me in classes, and kids don't really want to do classes, but there came a point where it stopped being a chore and I wanted to play music. And then I think once I started playing the guitar, I wanted to play rock, and then I came to Los Angeles and I didn't like country at this point, funnily enough.
Okay.
And in fact, I could probably say that I hated it around the time I was like 11, but I mean, what 11-year-old doesn't really like country? And I got homesick. I got extremely homesick, and I picked up the guitar and I played one of the songs that my dad used to play. And from like that point on, fell deeply in love with country music. And I also have to thank my friend Alec, who
Okay.
is actually going to be on one of my tracks because he actually got me interested in the production. So the digital side of it, he got me interested in. And then I also have to say thank you to Angus T. Jones.
Okay.
Who is the I assume do you know who Angus T. Jones is?
No, give me
the young boy from 2.5 Men.
Oh.
Not a young boy anymore.
Right, right.
He was in my life for a little while, and he pretty much taught me everything I know about
terrific.
production. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the name just didn't jump in for me because I was thinking about music, and I'm trying to think, gee, what artist is that? And I wasn't going there.
Yeah, so Angus taught me the how to make the sound. My dad got me interested in music. Alec got me on the road to doing it. And then artist-wise, I'd have to say Beyond All Reasoning, Post Malone, as a hip-hop artist. And then Zach Brown Band is probably like my favorite country band, and their writing and their harmonies. I don't know if you heard some of the harmonies in the last track, but their harmonies is what like really influenced me harmonizing my own voice.
Now, and I do know, by the way, that I understand very formally that your father is very, very supportive of you and has always been. You're very lucky that you have such a good support system in your family. So I know that's probably going to be a big help as the challenges come up in music industry as they do in the acting industry.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, I'm really lucky. Really lucky.
Now, I'm going to ask you, like, what comes first, the chicken and or the egg? What comes first, the lyrics for you or the music?
Oh man, I love this question whenever I watch other people get it in interviews.
Well, then I'm glad I threw it at you. That's great.
Oh man. Okay, so the the answer is the music. The music comes first
Oh,
for
okay.
me 90% of the time. That's not by choice. That's just I know my limitations, and currently it is extremely hard for me to write music without vibe, without something that's like without music that's already moving me in a direction. But on occasion, I'll be in conversation and someone will say something interesting, or they'll phrase something a little oddly, and I'll be like, oh well, there's a hook right there.
Okay,
Or
okay.
I'll say something and I'm like, oh wow, I said something slightly profound. I think I'll go ahead and write that one down, and some of those things end up making it into my songs.
Well, so far you have one wonderful song out there for everybody to hear. And now we know that October 20th, 18 days from now, we're going to get
18.
to see the next, or hear the next, I should say. Um, and hopefully we will all be able to get that album in December, which will be great. And how many songs we're going for on that one?
5 to 6, 5 to 6.
So you're ambitious.
Yeah,
You're really
yeah,
going for it.
man, I am sprinting. I tell you what.
Well, I'm really happy you are, and I know that the fans are going to be happy you are. And remember, everybody, to go for Jonathan's name on practically every musical platform that there is and find his song, All I Need, and you won't be disappointed. Jonathan, thank you so much for joining me today on
Thank you for having me.
Carol and Topol Talk, and I loved visiting with you.
It's a pleasure every time.